Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamar Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, all right? Or just amazon.com. All right, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. Gay zodiac sign soulmate compatibility. So in this video we'll be talking about gay zodiac sign soulmates and the best gay zodiac sign soulmate compatibility. So I've already done a video on this, but it was mainly geared towards the general public, gay, straight, whatever. But this one I think I want to focus mainly and center it mainly towards my fellow LGBT Q people. Okay, so when we think of soulmates, let's just get started. Let's get right into it. When we think of soulmates, we think of the soul mate. So this person is your soul mate, and in my opinion, we're all spiritual beings, soul beings having a human experience. So when it comes to soulmates, I do believe that there is a possibility to have gay soulmates. I mean, there's a whole bunch of, non-LGBT people who have soulmates. So, I don't think the soulmate thing is something that escapes the LGBT community. I think it's just a human being kind of esoteric, metaphysical thing that we all kind of have. I think it also probably, even goes down to the animals and things like that. But, that's a whole different topic. Let's stay focused on the LGBT community, okay, and how soulmates work within this community, okay. I am gay. I'm a gay man. All right, so I am a part of the LGBT community. And when we think of soulmates, we think of a soulmate, okay. So this is a person that you have either a soul contract with, meaning you had a contract with this person prior to coming into this lifetime, and you're here to fulfill that soul contract with that person, right? That is one facet of a soulmate. Another facet of a soulmate is a karmic relationship, a karmic kind of soulmate situation where maybe you and this person had past lives together, and there were certain karmic situations that weren't worked out in that certain past lives. So you reincarnate in this past or in this life to work out those karmic lessons. So that can also be another form of a soulmate, right? And then there's the twin flame thing, where you have a twin flame and or a couple twin flames, and a twin flame is someone who is a mirror, like a mirror image to you. So it's like, a twin flame is looking at yourself in the mirror. It's almost like, looking at the shadow side of yourself. Like your twin flame kind of makes you privy to your shadow side, your shadow aspects of yourself that a lot of times I have to say, especially as LGBTQ people, that we try to run away from and we try to hide, right? So that's another facet of a soulmate relationship, right? So there's so many different types of soulmate relationships, but it all boils down to the soul. Two souls coming together for a purpose, right? So in that case, it does not really matter whether you are male or female, whether you are, straight or not. It's a soulmate relationship. And it's interesting because we can go even a bit deeper and, say, okay, in certain past lives, you didn't necessarily have to be the same gender that you are now. So it could possibly be that in a past life, if you're male in this life, it could possibly be in a past life that you were actually female. That can kind of explain maybe certain tendencies that LGBTQ people may have, especially if they feel connected to a certain gender and they're not in that, that specific gender, so a cisgender wouldn't apply to this, someone who is transgender or something like that, who doesn't feel like they are in the body that that they feel they should have been born in. All right, I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I'm very respectful of my people, okay? My LGBTQ people. Now, in that same frame, we can have, a female. You can be female in this lifetime, and you could have been male in the past lifetime, which can, explain certain characteristics that you may have, maybe certain masculine characteristics, or this can also explain certain attractions that you may have. Like, maybe in a past life you were attracted to a certain type of person, or maybe in a past life you were also LGBTQ. It doesn't. We don't really know, but let's get back onto the topic of soulmates, right? So, say in a past life you were a different gender than you are now, and you actually dated the opposite sex, but now in this lifetime you are LGBTQ. Well, just because you were of a different gender in a past life, and maybe, the person that you're now dating, who, you maybe, considered soulmates, was also a different gender in a past life, or, what I'm basically trying to say is gender doesn't really matter when it comes to soulmates. And, I think that this is a very, very important thing to remember when it comes to soulmates, and especially something important to remember when it comes to the LGBTQ, community in context to soulmates, right? So gender does not matter when it comes to soulmates, okay, at all. You can totally have a soulmate of the same sex, okay? You can totally have a soulmate of the opposite sex. See, soulmates don't always have to be romantic. Soulmates can be friendships. They can be, your siblings. They can be, your parent, child relationship, or your caretaker, child relationship. So soulmates, it goes deep with soulmate relationships, okay? Now, when we talk about the LGBT community, here we have a community of people who, most, if not all, are attracted to the same sex, okay? Now, when there's an attraction to the same sex, and I've talked about this in a video before, there isn't the natural kind of yin and yang, all right? Whereas, like, a heterosexual relationship is like male-female, yin and yang. Now, of course, we all have, varying levels of masculine and feminine within us, all right, individually. But in a heterosexual relationship, of course, you always have that, kind of balance between the two genders, right? But when we have the same gender, we have this kind of the same energies, the same frequencies, because males and females do kind of, resonate on a certain frequency individually as genders, right? So when you have two people of the same gender, you have to look at balancing the energies in other places, okay? So, for example, maybe you have, you're the, outgoing, social one, and your partner is more so the quiet one who likes to read or something like that, or you're the more outspoken one and your quiet is more, or your partner's more reserved and, thinks before they speak, like that kind of balance energy. And then there's also the balance energy within one another's actual birth charts. So here we talk about zodiac signs and soulmate relationships. So I've talked about this before in, the previous soulmate relationship video. And I'm going to say it again in this video because it definitely applies to this specific context in the LGBT community more so than I think any other context probably. When we talk about zodiac signs, soulmate relationships, especially in the LGBT community, we have to look at certain zodiac signs that will balance one another out. Okay, now, of course, the opposite zodiac signs, the polar opposite zodiac signs, because each zodiac sign has a polar opposite, always of a different element, so it's earth and water, fire and air. These types of relationships where you may have like a Libra, Aries together, polar opposite, both polar opposites, or a Gemini, Sagittarius together. or a Libra, or no, Aquarius and a Leo together, or a Capricorn and a Cancer, Virgo and a Pisces, or a Taurus and a Scorpio together. These types of LGBT soulmate relationships, LGBT soulmate relationships will always have balanced energies, okay? Because each person is of a polar opposite zodiac sign and of a polar opposite element. So they'll be able to balance one another's energies, you know. So the best soulmate relationships, or the soulmate compatibilities that you will find, especially in gay relationships or LGBTQ community relationships, is you know, the polar opposite zodiac signs. Okay, now, not only, you know, it's not just the polar opposite zodiac signs that balance one another out, you know, we also have to think of elements, you know. Typically, you know, soulmates of, you know, a different, you know, LGBTQ soulmates of a different element, you know, can be really good compatibility. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to have a Cancer and a Capricorn together, but maybe a Cancer and a Taurus would be good together. You don't necessarily have to have a Libra and an Aries together, but maybe a Libra and a Leo, you know, like something like that, where the energies balance one another out. Now, of course, we also don't necessarily have to have, you know, opposite elements. We can definitely have gay soulmate relationships of the same element, you know. Now, I will say this: when you have gay zodiac sign soulmate relationships of the same zodiac sign, this can be difficult. Now, of course, you know, we have to remember that we're not just one zodiac sign. We're actually a totality of a makeup of a birth chart. And what a birth chart is a birth chart is the placements of the planets in the sky at the time you were born. So we are not just our sun sign, which people often, you know, mistakenly think. You know, for example, when someone asks you what is your zodiac sign, what they're really asking, unknowingly or knowingly, is what is your sun sign. But we also have a moon sign. We also have a, you know, rising, a Venus, you know, a Mars sign, you know, a Mercury sign, a Jupiter. All of these different, you know, types of placements in a birth chart. So you know, it is possible to have two zodiac signs, you know, gay in a gay relationship, gay soulmate relationship, but, you know, there definitely has to be certain placements in both birth charts that creates a synastry in the relationship and creates a balance. So, you know, you can totally have like a, you know, a Capricorn, but like, you know, say, you know, one Capricorn has a moon in Taurus and the other Capricorn has a moon in Cancer, you know, or something like that. Like that will balance those energies out a bit more, you know, especially with the moon, because the moon is our inner self, our, you know, emotional self, our emotional sense of security and things like that. So we can totally have, you know, two, you know, of the same elements together. We can, you know, you can put a Capricorn and a Taurus together, Aries and a Leo together. You can put a, you know, a Gemini and a Aquarius together, or a Libra together, or, you know, we can have, you know, zodiac signs of the same element, but then we have to take it a step further and look at the planets, okay? Because yes, you know, we can have the same elements, but, you know, a Capricorn and a Taurus will come up against, you know, obstacles, because the Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules career, profession, status, and society. So Capricorns are prone to being workaholics, to working for what they own, and expecting others to do the same with no complaining, you know, and to hold their weight, you know, in the relationship, in the friendship, what so have you. Tauruses are ruled by Venus, so it's not that Tauruses don't like working, you know, don't like, you know, hard work, but they definitely enjoy their leisurely time more than Capricorn, which is going to get on Capricorn's nerves, you know, because Capricorn is the type of person who is like, you know, well, there's no leisurely time unless all the work is done, you know, whereas Taurus might be the type to, well, you know, I'm gonna, you know, leisure around a little bit and then do the work, you know what I'm saying? So these two can like have, you know, like difficulties with that, you know, and it's a planetary thing, you know, whereas, you know, for example, Libra and Aquarius. Libra is ruled by Venus as well, you know, so Venus is all about romance and friendship and being social and things like that. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So Uranus rules how we work in groups, how we function in groups. You know, it rules our friends and acquaintances, but it also rules how we approach our personal goals and aspirations. Not to mention, Aquariuses are the water bearers, so they're natural leaders in groups. which actually may frustrate a Libra, because a Libra is much more of a harmonious thing. Like a Libra might get a little bit frustrated at Aquarius's need to always kind of take control, take leadership of the group. So no soulmate relationship is perfect. We definitely have to take that into account. But then we also have to take into account, the deeper aspects, such as a birth chart. So yes, soulmates are a deep thing, but when it comes to gay soulmate relationships, it's all about balancing one another out, in terms of energy. Because, it's not impossible, to date the same sex, at all, clearly. But, when you have two people of the same sex coming together who maybe have a different idea or a different outlook of life, a different idea of what a relationship is, what the purpose of a relationship is, that can create some difficulty, okay? For example, the purpose of a relationship for Cancer a lot of times is emotional security, whereas the purpose of a relationship maybe for Capricorn is for some type of gain or benefit. So if a Capricorn isn't benefiting from the relationship, typically a Capricorn doesn't want that relationship. It's not so much concerned with emotional security, because it finds emotional security in independence and providing for self and other people that it loves, that they take care of, right? So it goes really deep, you guys. And I hope I helped you to understand a little bit about gay zodiac sign soulmate compatibility, and I hope I helped you to understand maybe a little bit about what types of people our relationships may work best for you. All right. For example, Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules communication, intellect, and the mind. So, Virgo and Gemini tend to need a relationship, a soulmate relationship, where they're able to express themselves, where, there's able for knowledge to be exchanged. There's an ability for learning to be there. There's an ability for communication. Communication is hugely important. And then we have to remember, okay, a person could totally be a Libra sun, Gemini moon, but they could actually not Gemini moon, Libra sun, Aries moon, but they could have like a Gemini rising or a Virgo rising. Therefore, that Virgo rising is going to make communication very important for them. Not to mention Libra, all air signs value communication. So but yeah. So, Libra and Taurus are both ruled by Venus, so they are naturally very romantic, very charming, all right, very loving and open-hearted, and they need people like that as well. They need people who are social, who likes to go out. They like to buy maybe, beautiful things, lavish things. It's very important to them. Saturn, Aquarius and Capricorn, they value stability. They value seriousness. They value their independence. So, they're not going to want to date someone who's going to want to take their independence from them or try to control them in any way, right? The Sun rules self-confidence. It's the ruler of Leo. So the Sun also rules romantic, romance and creativity and things like that. So, a Leo definitely needs someone who's romantic, who's creative, who's great with children, because the Sun also rules children. So, the Leos can be a sucker for, people who are really, really good with children. So that's great. And children can be pets too, let's be honest. Let's see. Who else do we have? Neptune, the ruler of Pisces. Now, I will say also that Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. So, with that being said, Jupiter rules expansion of the mind, the ability to be open-minded and tolerant, okay? It also rules our ability to, be adventurous and to our sense of exploration, okay, and things like that. It also rules taboo. So, with that being said, Sagittarius and Pisces. Pisces is also ruled by Neptune. Neptune rules solitude, soul growth, and secrets, okay? In our hidden strengths and weaknesses. Both Sagittarius and Pisces need someone who's adventurous, who likes to have fun, who is smart, because Jupiter also rules higher education, but Pisces might need someone as well who's spiritual. My 7th house is in Pisces, so I'm a sucker for spirituality. And by the way, the 7th house rules partnership and marriage. But I'm also a sucker for wisdom. I'm also a sucker for someone who protects me and takes care of me. You know, like Pisces likes that as well. So that's Neptune. Now, moving right along, who have we missed? Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. You know, Scorpio is also ruled by Mars. Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto. So Mars rules how we assert ourselves. Mars rules, you know, how we express our raw energy and our sexuality. So Pluto also rules sexuality. It also rules transformation and evolution. So these two, you know, need someone who's a bit dominant. Now, I will say that Scorpio tends to be someone who likes people who are a bit more reserved. They like people who are more have like a silent strength, you know. Kind of the same thing with Aries too. Aries can be attracted to people who have that kind of silent strength, you know, but they don't like necessarily to be they don't like people who are overly dominating like them. Like they don't like to be, you know, dominated. They don't like that. All right, you know, Scorpio and Aries. So they most likely need a partner who is strong internally, who speaks their mind, who's not afraid to express themselves, who also isn't afraid to check Scorpio and Aries when necessary, right? Because Mars kind of likes that. All right. Now, who have we not mentioned? We did, the moon. The moon is the ruler of Cancer. So, like I was saying, Cancer, you know, the moon rules, you know, our connection to our family and our home. It rules emotional security. So these are the types of things that Cancers value. They value family-oriented people. They value, they also value people that they can bring home to their family, that they know that their family will like, you know. So they also value people that they can build a family with, you know. So this is a great energy for, you know, getting along with people, or, you know, forming relationships with people who want to build a family, you know, if that's what the Cancer wants for themselves, you know, because, you know, Cancer is the same. So I think we've done everything. We did Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We did Aries, Sag, Leo. We did Cancer, Pisces, Scorp. And we also did Cap, Virgo, and Taurus. So this is Gay Zodiac Signs Soulmate Compatibility, and I hope I helped you to understand a little bit about it, okay? And if you would like to elaborate, please contact me on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, meaning if you want a birth chart reading for yourself to figure out your own compatibility and what's going on with your birth chart, okay? Or if you would like a compatibility birth chart reading for yourself and someone else, and someone special in your life, contact me on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I do individual birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, where I look at the overall compatibility of you and another person. I also do love compatibility birth chart readings, where I focus on the love aspects, such as the Venus, the Moon, the Mars, the 7th, the 5th house. And I also do birth chart readings for children, okay? So if you want to know more about your child and what they're going to be like when they grow up, you know, what they might be into and stuff like that. Also, I do birth chart readings for children. So if you want to know birth chart readings for your business, So if you want to know the trajectory of your business and, you know, what's going on, you know, all I need is the date that your business was established. So if you would like all that, check all those out on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I also do psychic tarot readings, okay? I do email readings. I do one-on-one Instagram and Facebook readings. I do one-on-one Skype and phone readings, which are more expensive. I do so many different types. I do video readings, which is I record myself doing your reading on video, and then I email the video back to you via Google Drive. So if you would like any of those, please check those out on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I also do messages from your spirit guides and so much more. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, okay? And also, please follow me on my social media pages. Facebook.com/LamarTownsendOfficial, or just type in Lamar Townsend Tarot in the search bar on Facebook. And on Instagram, my name is @Lamar Townsend, okay? Thank you for your support, love, and light. Catch you in the next video. Have you been wanting to get a reading from me? Well, it's easy. Let's go through it together. So all you do is you visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, and you can visit the site on your computer or on your phone. And you click the store button right here at the top of the page. And here are all my services that I offer. I do candle offerings and all different types of birth chart readings and psychic tarot readings, messages from your spirit guides, and so much more. So you click the one that you want. You click the Pay with PayPal button. And it'll take you to the PayPal page where you can pay for your reading. Now, you'll hear from me within 24 hours, for your reading confirmation, and then I'll get your reading back to you within a 48-hour period. Usually, it's, a day or less, okay? So I look forward to reading for you. Thank you for your support.